Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. University of Dammam, Deanship of E-Learning and Distance Learning, College of Applied Studies and Community Service. This is the English course again, and my name is Mazen Al-Kibriti, and here we are back for the English course to continue what we stopped at last time. Last time we stopped at Unit 2, and this is Lecture 9. In this lecture we will continue talking about Unit 2, and inshallah we'll finish Unit 2, so next time we can start with a new unit, which is Unit 3. Okay, so in the beginning of this unit, let me remind you about what we talked about last time. Last time we talked about and that was the most important point. We talked about object pronouns. We talked about object pronouns and when do you use object pronouns. And we will review object pronouns at the end of this lecture, inshallah. And we talked also how to say no in a polite way. How to say no in a polite way. So when you want to say no to someone, you have to say it in a polite way. How we say it in a polite way? We give some explanation, and there is another way. We will talk about it now. في المحاضرة السابقة تحدثنا عن ضمائر المفعول به، ما هي وكيفية استخدامها، وسنعود لنقوم بمراجعة سريعة عنها وحل بعض التمارين الخاصة بها في نهاية المحاضرة بإذن الله. وتكلمنا أيضا عن كيفية الإجابة بلا، ولكن بطريقة لطيفة وودودة، وذلك بعد الإجابة بلا يمكننا إضافة بعض المعلومات أو بعض التفسير لتفسير لماذا قمنا بالإجابة بلا. وهناك طريقة أخرى سنتحدث عنها الآن. Okay, so we are ready to begin. So we'll go to the first page, the first slide. We will talk about really. Why do we use really? We have different uses for really. So sometimes we use it to make a statement stronger or softer, or to talk in a polite way. So to make a statement softer, or to make it stronger, or to talk in a polite way. نستخدم really in three ways. We use it to make a statement stronger لجعل النبرة الصوت في الكلمة أو المعنى أقوى، أو أخف وطأة أقل، أو للتحدث بأسلوب لطيف وودود. Okay, let's see those uses. The first one, as I said, you can use really to make statements stronger and to make negative statements softer. So we use it with statements, affirmative statements مع الجمل المثبتة to make them stronger, and with negative sentences or negative statements to make them softer. أخف أقل وطأة بنبرة أقل. So how is that? Let's see some examples. Okay, the first example that we have, I really enjoy knitting. I really enjoy knitting. If we say I enjoy knitting, it's a statement. I enjoy knitting. If we want to make it stronger لإضافة تأكيد أو توكيد أو لجعل الفعل يظهر بشكل أكبر، نقوم بإضافة really. So I really enjoy knitting. I enjoy knitting very much. Okay, this is the first example. The second example, I really like making things. So the thing is the same thing here. And those examples were taken from the conversation that we did in the last lecture. هذه الأمثلة مأخوذة من المحادثة التي ركزنا عليها في نهاية المحاضرة السابقة. So, as we said, the first two examples to make a statement stronger. To make a statement stronger. Okay, the next example is a negative statement. So we have I'm not really into photography. I'm not really into photography. So sometimes if we want to make something softer, when we want to say no, عندما نريد الإجابة بالنفي, you have to make the statement softer. You don't want to be rude, you want to be polite. لا يجب علينا أن نكون وقحين في الإجابة بلا. You have to be polite, you have to make your negative statement softer. You don't have to say no in a rude way, you have to say it in a polite way. And how is that? We use really. So we can say, I'm not into photography, and this is very rude, this is not polite. But we can make it softer, we can make it softer by saying, I'm not really into photography. Okay, those are the first two uses. Let's see the third one, the other one. We use not really. Now we add not, we add negative to really to make it negative. Not really. We can use it, we can also be a polite way to answer no. So we make the really negative. We make it really, we add not before it. Okay, so how's that? I don't really have much time for hobbies. I don't really have much time for hobbies. So the same thing. So if you want to talk in a polite way to make the statement softer, so we make really negative. We make it negative, that's why the statement is polite, is softer. And those are the uses of really. So we use really to make a statement stronger, to make the verb stronger, or to make a negative statement softer or polite. Softer or polite. Okay, now we will have an exercise about really. So answer the following questions. Give your own answers using really or not really. Okay, so we don't have options, we don't have a choices. ليس عندنا خيارات, so you have to write the answer yourself. Okay, the first one. Are you interested in sports? Are you interested in sports? هل أنت مهتم بالرياضات أو بالرياضة بشكل عام? So are you interested in sports? So what could be the answer? So if you think about that, so you might say yes, you might say no, so it's up to you. I'll just give you examples of how to answer such a questions. سأقوم بتقديم أمثلة عن كيفية الإجابة عن هذه الأسئلة. So you might have a different answer. يمكن أن يكون عندكم أجوبة مختلفة, but what I give you is just an example. Okay, so an example to an answer to this question. Are you interested in sports? Not really. Not really means no. No, I'm not interested. But to be polite, you say not really. So not really, I don't really play any sports. So here we said not really, I don't really play any sports. So we used really here twice, 2 times. We use it 2 times in order to make our statement softer, to make it polite. Okay, so this is question 1. Now question 2. Are you into computers? Are you into computers? So this time you might say yes. So let's see the answer. Well, so when you say well, it means you are thinking or you want to give an answer. I'm really into computer games. I'm really into computer games. So in this statement we make it stronger. We made the statement stronger by adding really to the statement. The next one. Do you enjoy doing jigsaw puzzles? Jigsaw puzzle is the usual puzzle when you have a picture that you have to bring together. هي نفس البازل المعروفة. It's called jigsaw puzzles. Okay, so do you enjoy doing jigsaw puzzles? So if yes, you can say yes. If no, you can say no, but here the answer is no. So not really, it means no. I think jigsaw puzzles are boring. I think jigsaw puzzles are boring. So if you say I think jigsaw puzzles are boring by itself, without saying not really, it's really impolite. It's really not polite. So we added not really to make it polite. Not really. I think jigsaw puzzles are boring. So that's why we have a polite answer for this question. Question 4. Are you good at fixing things? Are you good at fixing things؟ هل أنت جيد بتصليح الأشياء؟ هل تتقن تصليح الأشياء؟ The answer, no. So no, not really. Again, a polite answer. I'm not good with my hands. I'm not good with my hands. Again, we have a very polite answer. And how we get a polite answer? Yes, we get a polite answer by adding not really. The next question, if we have a look at the next question, question number 5. And question number 5 is a different question. Do you make your own clothes? Do you make your own clothes? If we translate this question, هل تقومين بصنع ملابسك بنفسك؟ أو هل تقومين بخياطة أو حياكة ملابسك بنفسك؟ So the answer for me, no, not really. No, I'm not really into sewing. I'm not really into sewing, and if you remember sewing, we talked about it in the last lecture, sewing. But I really like shopping. I really like shopping. It means I like to buy my clothes. I don't like to make my clothes, but I like to buy them. I really like to go shopping. So, another polite answer, and then we added more information, and that is more polite. It's more polite when you add information, when you explain. You explained here, the explanation is, I really like shopping. I like to buy them, but I don't like to make them. So, by this, we come to the end of this section talking about really. So we said we use really to make a statement stronger, or to make it softer, or to make a negative statement more polite, to make a negative statement polite. Okay, now we are done with really. Now we will talk about something else. We'll talk about something else. Let's go to the next slide. Linking ideas. Linking ideas. What does it mean to link ideas? To link ideas, to make them connect together, to bring them together, to put a connection between them, we put a connector. That's how we connect to ideas. Maybe we have two sentences, جملتين نريد ربط هاتين الجملتين أو ربط فكرتين, so we link them together. How we link ideas? Let's see together how can we link ideas. So if we want to add an idea, if we want to add, it means إضافة. If we want to add an idea, how can we add an idea? The first way to add an idea, we use and this is very easy. I do photography and I like art. So they might be, before we link them, they might be two sentences. For example, we have two sentences. إذا كان عندنا جملتين لنفترض I do photography full stop. الجملة الثانية I like art. So if we want to make them one sentence, so we add between them and. نضيف and لدمج الجملتين أو لربط الجملتين مع بعض لتصبح لدينا جملة واحدة. By the way, comma does not show the end of the sentence. الفاصلة هي ليست نهاية الجملة. لا تظهر الفاصلة نهاية الجملة. Only a full stop, question mark, or exclamation point. Only those show the end of a sentence. Full stop or period, we call it a full stop or period, which is this one, this punctuation here. Question mark, إشارة استفهام, exclamation point, علامة تعجب. Okay, so the first way we add and between the two ideas to link them. The second way, I also like books. I also like books. So we add also to say that I do photography and I like arts. Also, أيضا, I like books. So this also connects the like with I like art and I do photography. So this also, even if it is in another sentence, حتى لو كانت في جملة ثانية، فهي تربط الفكرة مع الأفكار في الجملة السابقة أيضا بالإضافة إلى ما ذكر سابقا. So I also like books, and here we have another connector. Especially it means على وجه الخصوص وخصوصا history books. Okay, so far we have three words, and also and especially we can use them to link ideas. So especially links history books with books. I also like books, especially history books. So especially links history books with books here. Okay, the next one we have the word or. I don't like for biographies or poetry. I don't like biographies or poetry. So here we say I don't like photographies, or I don't like biographies, and I don't like poetry. So in order to link those two ideas, the two things that I don't like, so we make them into one and we add between them or. I don't like biographies or poetry. So I don't like both of them. So I don't like biographies or poetry. Okay, so we have four words that we can use to link ideas if we want to add an idea. How about the next thing, which is contrast to ideas? Contrast to ideas. What does it mean, contrast? If we have two ideas, but two ideas are different, there is a contrast. هناك تباين. توضيح التباين. How we contrast two ideas? We show the contrast by using one word. What is that word? We use but. So if we have opposite ideas, إذا كان عندنا فكرتين متباينتين, نقوم بالربط بينهما باستخدام but. So let's see the example. I like climbing. أحب التسلق. But ولكن my friends don't. It means my friends don't like climbing. So I like climbing. This is the first idea. The opposite idea, the contrasted idea here, is my friends don't like climbing. They don't. So two opposite ideas. I like to drink milk, but I don't like to drink soda. So I like one thing, but I don't like the other thing. Okay, so this is the way how we link or contrast two opposite ideas, two contrast ideas. The third part, how to give a reason. كيف نقوم بتقديم سبب. How to give reason. We use one word, which is because. We use because. So because is the answer to why. So let's see the example. I can't go on vacation because I have some work to do. So those might be two sentences. I can't go to vacation, full stop. I have some work to do. But to make these two sentences link together, to give more meaning, we link the two ideas together and we add because to show that the second part is the reason. لنوضح أن القسم الثاني هو السبب للقسم الأول. So because is the answer to why I can't go on vacation. Why I can't go on vacation? I can't go on vacation. Why? Because I have some work to do. So because I have some work to do is the answer to why. Okay, so as we said again, so we can link two ideas by add an idea. So we can use and also, especially, or we can contrast two ideas by using but. And the last thing that we can do, we can give a reason by using because. Okay, let's now move to do something else. Let's do an exercise about how to use and, but, or, also, or because. So let's see this text. We have a message. Let's see what is the message about. The title or the topic of this message: rock climbing. Rock climbing. تسلق الصخور. Rock climbing. So let's read the text and then try to use those words and, but, or, also, or because in order to complete this test. Okay, before you complete, I want you to read all the text by yourself. You can pause the video, you can answer the or you can fill the spaces, then we'll check the answers together. Okay, maybe now you can stop your video and read the text, then we can check the answers together. Okay, I hope that you have the answers or you have filled the spaces with the correct words. Okay, let's read the text together. Let's read the message together. One of my hobbies is rock climbing. I go once or twice a month. أذهب مرة أو مرتين في الشهر with my friends. We prefer to climb the mountains near my house. Space. They are really beautiful. So we prefer to climb mountains near my house. نفضل تسلق الجبال بالقرب من منزلي. They are really beautiful. If you think about it, do you think that here we are adding an idea, or we have two contrasted ideas, opposite ideas, or we are giving reason? What do you think? هل نقوم بإضافة فكرة أو نقوم بربط فكرتين متضادتين أو متعاكستين، أو نقوم بتقديم سبب؟ What do you think? So the answer to this question: because we prefer to climb the mountains near my house. Why? Why you prefer to climb the mountains near your house? Because they are really beautiful. So this is the reason for the first part. Okay, let's continue. We usually go to Beer Mountain. عادة أو غالبا نذهب إلى جبل بير. This is a name. عادة الأسماء تكون in capital letters بالحروف الكبيرة. Beer Mountain. It's a name of a mountain. Space. We usually go to Beer Mountain. Space. To Kennedy Park. To Beer Mountain, to Kennedy Park. So here we are giving, so we go to this place or to other place. So we go to Beer Mountain or to Kennedy Park. So we go to one of the places, not only to Beer Mountain or to Kennedy Park. The next one, I prefer Kennedy Park. أنا أفضل Kennedy Park. It's nearer. I prefer Kennedy Park. It's nearer. So what should we choose here? And, but, or also, or because. Why do you prefer Kennedy Park? Because it's nearer. So it's nearer. nearer إنه أقرب. Okay, so this is the reason. Why do you prefer Kennedy Park? Because it's nearer. Kennedy Park has a great campground. Campground, what does it mean? Campground أرضية للتخييم أو مكان للتخييم. So Kennedy Park has a great campground. So now we are giving another reason. So in order to link that it's nearer, also has a great campground. So Kennedy Park also has a great campground. The next paragraph, it's great to be outdoors. Outdoors is the opposite of indoors. Indoors داخل المنزل, outdoors outside the house. So it's great to be outdoors. The weather isn't always very good. So here it says that it's great to be outdoors. Then we have something else. We have a different idea. It says the weather isn't always very good. So sometimes the weather is bad. So here we have two opposite ideas, two different ideas. That's why we use but. It's great to be outdoors, but the weather isn't always very good. Okay, if it's raining, snowing, so if it is raining or snowing, does it rain and snow at the same time? هل السماء تمطر وتثلج في الوقت ذاته? No, it rains or it snows. So if it is raining or snowing, إذا كانت تمطر أو تثلج, climbing can be very dangerous. The rocks get wet and slippery. تصبح الصخور رطبة وزلقة. Okay, slippery, زلقة. So climbing can be very dangerous. Why? Why climbing can be very dangerous? Because the rocks get wet and slippery. So this is the reason why climbing can be very dangerous when it rains or snows. Okay, the next paragraph, I can also go rock climbing indoors. Not only outdoors, I can also go indoors. Indoors, sometimes we can use it to talk about في مكان مغلق. Outdoors, it might means في الهواء الطلق, خارج المنزل, خارج المكان الذي يغطيه سقف. So في الهواء الطلق, داخل الصالات, في المنزل, so whatever you want to use. Especially during the winter, وخاصة وعلى وجه الخصوص خلال فصل الشتاء. Sometimes my friends I go climbing at the mall. So who goes with my friends? My friends and I. My friends are I. So this is the subject. My friends and I go climbing at the mall. نذهب للتسلق في المجمع التجاري at the mall. But it's not the same. We go there, but it's not the same. ليس الأمر سيان. So ليس الأمر مشابها للتسلق خارج المنزل أو في الهواء الطلق. But it's not the same. So we have different idea. Even if we go indoors in the mall, but it's not the same. I just go once a month. I go once a month, usually on a Thursday, Friday. So once أذهب مرة واحدة. So on a Thursday or Friday. On a Thursday or Friday. I hope this exercise is easy for you. It's not very difficult, and it's very important really for you, especially for the exam. It's really important exercise for you. Okay, now we are done with linking ideas. Let's do something else. Let's do an exercise from the book. In this exercise, you have to complete the conversations with the sentences in the box. So we have a conversation between Jenny and Kate. they are having a conversation about using not really, actually, and other words that we learned. So you have to use those sentences here in the box to complete those sentences or this conversation in order to become complete. So now you can stop the video, read the sentences, then try to complete the conversation. Okay, I hope that you have got the right answers for this conversation, to complete this conversation. Okay, let's start with the conversation between Jenny and Kate. We'll start with Jenny. I really like your sweater. Is it new? So, Jenny, which is on the left, is talking to Kate, which is on the right. So, Jenny is telling Kate, I really like your sweater, the sweater which she's wearing. Is it new? So the answer, as we said, not really, to make a no answer, or a statement with a negative statement, to make it polite. Not really, my mom knitted it for me last year. So we ticked the first one, it's taken and it's done as an example. Let's do the next one. Can you knit or crochet? So can you knit or crochet? So Kate answers, but I bake a little. So which one do you think? Which one do you think is a good statement or a good sentence to complete this one? Actually, the best one to complete this one is, no, I'm not really good with my hands. No, I'm not really good with my hands, because you knitting or crochet, it needs, or you need to use your hands in order to knit or crochet. Okay, the next one. Oh, did you make this cake? Did you make this cake? The cake that they are eating, that's why she said this cake. Did you make this cake? The answer. So which one is which sentence is related to cakes? Which sentence do you think is related to cakes? Actually, this sentence is related to cakes. Why? Actually, no. If you remember, we said we use actually to correct information. Now we are correcting when we say no. Actually, no. My sister got it at the bakery. My sister got it. أحضرته أختي من bakery. What does it mean, bakery? مخبز. من المخبز. So my sister got it at the bakery. I didn't make it, but I like to make cookies sometimes. I like to make cookies. So me too. Do you ever make a chocolate chip cookies? So the answer should contain cookies. So the answer, they are talking about cookies. So which one? Yes, this one contains cookies. So, well, no, I prefer to make peanut butter peanut butter cookies. My family loves them. Okay, so we are done with the first part of the conversation. Now let's continue to the next page. We have the same sentences here, but with the rest of the conversation. Now I want to buy, there is a conversation between Mike and Greg, which you can see in the picture. I want to buy a Yankees baseball cap for my brother. This is a cap that you can wear on your head. Yankees is the name of the team, هو اسم فريق اليانكيز. Baseball cap, قبعة كرة البيسبول, for my brother. Greg answers, why? Is it his birthday? Is it his birthday? Why you are buying the cap? Is it his birthday? Are you buying the cap for your brother as a birthday gift? So, is it his birthday? So we are talking about his brother. We are talking about a cap. So here we have a cap. No, but he has a big cap collection. عنده مجموعة كبيرة من القبعات. So he's talking about his brother. He has a big cap collection. Does your brother collect anything? My brother? My brother. So this is, he is surprised. My brother? So he's talking about his brother. So which sentence is talking about he? Which sentence talking about he? This one? Yes. My brother? No, he's lazy and just watches TV all night. إنه كسول ويشاهد التلفاز طوال النهار. Really? Does he have any hobbies? Any hobbies? No. He just play games, or he just plays computer games. He just plays computer games. Oh yeah. My brother is on the computer all the time. Oh, does he do computer graphics? And the last sentence that we still have is this one. Not really. He does crossword puzzles though. He does crossword puzzles though. يقوم بحل الكلمات المتقاطعة على الرغم من ذلك. Okay, this is the end of the exercise. Now we can move to do something else. Now we will talk a little bit about reading. We didn't have a reading text before. This is the first time that we will have a reading text. إن المرة الأولى التي سنقوم بتناول نص للقراءة. So let's talk a little bit about reading before we start with the text. So the first important point that we should talk about is the topic sentence. As you can see at the title of this slide, topic sentence. What is a topic sentence? So what is a topic sentence? The answer to this, before we answer this question, let me ask you, what is a topic? Topic means the title, the thing that you talk about. إذا كان عندنا نص, الموضوع is called topic. الموضوع الذي يتناوله النص is called topic. Topic sentence, what is the topic sentence? It's a sentence, a group of words. The topic sentence is the first sentence in a paragraph. It gives the reader an idea of what the paragraph is going to be about. So the first thing, the topic sentence is the first sentence in a paragraph. إذا كانت لدينا فقرة من نص أو فقرة نص هو عبارة عن فقرة واحدة. So the first sentence is the topic sentence. الجملة الأولى تشمل عادة الموضوع الذي سيتناوله النص أو الذي ستتناوله الفقرة. It gives the reader an idea. تعطي هذه الجملة فكرة للقارئ عن ماذا سيتناوله النص. Okay. You could know the topic by asking yourself. إذا أردتم معرفة الموضوع أو the topic sentence, ask yourself what the paragraph is about. What the paragraph is about. عن ماذا يدور النص أو عن ماذا تدور هذه الفقرة. Okay. The next question, what does it do? What is the job? What is the objective? What is the goal behind topic sentence? It introduces the main idea. It gives, it puts, it shows, it presents. تقوم بتقديم the main idea, الفكرة الرئيسية من الفقرة. Okay, so it gives the main idea. So this is the first important thing that you need to focus on, the topic idea. So I might give you a text in the exam. ممكن أن نقوم بطرح نص, and I might ask you, what is the main idea? What is the topic of this text? So you know that this is the first sentence of the text. Now we'll talk about an introduction paragraph. What is an introduction paragraph? Sometimes we have a paragraph, only a paragraph. Other times we have a long text with several paragraphs. ماذا يعني هذا الكلام؟ أحيانا نكون عندنا فقرة واحدة، نص عبارة عن جزء واحد. Some other times we have a long text with several paragraphs. عندنا نص طويل مشكل من عدة مقاطع. In this case we don't have a topic sentence. لا يكون عندنا topic sentence. We have an introduction or an introductory paragraph، وهو فقرة تمهيدية. فقرة تمهيدية. In other words تكون التوبيك sentence عبارة عن فقرة تمتد على فقرة وليست جملة واحدة. تكون هذه الجملة تمتد إلى فقرة because the text is long، لأن النص طويل. Okay, so the first paragraph is called the introduction، المقدمة. The introduction paragraph has two main purposes. It has two main goals. لديه هدفين أساسيين أو وظيفتين أساسيين. What are those purposes? The first one, it introduces the topic. It gives the topic. It presents the topic. تقوم بتقديم الموضوع أو بعرض الموضوع. To prepare the reader for what you will be reading. لتحضير القارئ حول ماذا سيقوم بقراءته. So the first purpose, it introduces the topic, it gives the main idea. Number two, it attracts the reader's attention so that they will be interested in reading more. So it attracts the reader's attention. تقوم بجذب انتباه القارئ. So it should be very interesting. يجب أن تكون مثيرة للاهتمام. هذه الفقرة يجب أن تكون مثيرة للاهتمام. To attract the reader's attention، لجذب انتباه القارئ. So now let's see the text that we have in the workbook. هذا النص مأخوذ من كتاب التمارين، the workbook. We'll read it first, then we will do some exercises about it. Okay, the title of this text, Some Young People's Hobbies. So we will talk about the hobbies of young people. So let's start with the first paragraph. Which is the introduction. There are many hobbies and hobby websites or hobby sites، مواقع على الانترنت للهوايات on the internet. Camping and chess sites are two of them. So camping التخييم and chess الشطرنج are two of them. Although على الرغم من أنه these two hobbies are very different. They are not the same. They have one thing in common. على الرغم من أن هاتين الهوايتين مختلفتين جدا إلا أنهما تشتركان بشيء. Both are very popular. Popular, it means famous. رائج, شعبي, with young people. Why? So this is the introduction. It gives the main idea. You have to know the main idea now. When I ask you about the main idea, you should know. So if we go to the next page, so read the article, check the pictures that the article describes. So from reading the first paragraph, we should know which picture is talking about the paragraph. So which picture? The first picture, he is camping and he is asleep. Those, they are in a camp and they are playing chess. And the last picture, they are playing chess. So which one do you think? Which picture the article describes? أي صورة يصفها هذا المقال? So the answer should be, your answer should be this picture. Your answer should be this picture. Why? Because we said we are talking about camping and they are in a camp, and the chess. So the main idea of this paragraph or this article is camping and chess. Let's go back to this text. Let's continue reading the text. I'll read it and you can stop it and reading by itself. One reason camping is so popular is because it's cheap. There are campgrounds around the world and they are all different. Some have indoor swimming pools and restaurants. Others don't even have water. But the areas near campgrounds are almost always beautiful. Camping is relaxing. Campers can get up early in the morning and cook breakfast with their family. They can spend the day swimming, fishing, going hiking in the mountains, looking at wildlife, or just reading. There is usually no noise, no traffic, and no stress. Campers usually sleep very well at night. So, and what about chess? So now we are talking about chess. In the first two paragraphs we were talking about camping, now we will talk about chess. And now what about chess? It's cool now. It's popular, it means it's popular, it's cool. But in the past not many people or not many young people played the game. A lot of young people got interested in learning chess when they saw it on TV. And many famous people enjoy playing chess. Young people often follow what famous people do, even if it's chess. More and more, school children are learning the game. So even school children who are at school are learning the game. We mean by the game chess. Many schools have chess clubs and there are national competitions every year. And people can play chess on computers too. That means a person can compete against a computer or can even play against a friend or cousin on the internet. You can play chess anywhere, even when you are camping. So, I'm not gonna explain every single word of the text. Try to use your dictionary if you don't know the meaning of one word. إذا كنتم لا تعرفون معاني جميع الكلمات يمكنكم استخدام القاموس للبحث عن معاني هذه الكلمات. So if you can't find the meaning, if you don't know the meaning, check the dictionary. Okay. Try to read the text again if you don't understand it. لفهم النص بشكل أكبر, you can read it again. يمكنكم قراءته مرة ثانية. You can stop the video, you can stop watching and read it again. Then we will do the exercise. Okay, now I'll go to the exercise, to the next page. What you have to do now, we have statements, we have sentences. You have to tell me whether they are true or false by writing T or F. هل العبارات صحيحة أو خاطئة بالاعتماد على النص for each sentence and correct the false sentences. ثم قوموا بتصحيح العبارات الخاطئة. Okay, let's start with the example. Camping and chess have nothing in common. ليس بين التخييم والشطرنج شيء مشترك. This is false. هذا خاطئ. So because if we go back to the text says they have one thing in common. What is that one thing in common? If we go back, they have one thing in common. Both are very popular. So this is the one thing that they have in common. Okay, so let's do number 2. Camping is popular because it's cheap and stress-free. Is it true? We don't know. Let's go back to the previous. Camping is popular because it's cheap and stress-free. What does it mean, stress-free? Stress-free, it means without stress. بدون ضغط. Relaxing. Stress is the opposite of relaxing. Stress, relaxing. So camping is so popular because it's cheap. So it's right, true. Camping is relaxing, which means stress free, without stress. So this statement is true. So this statement is true. Okay, number 3. Campers hardly ever sleep well at night. So hardly ever is the opposite of always. Hardly ever تحمل معنى المعاكس لكلمة always. Hardly ever, it means rarely, نادرا. So campers hardly ever sleep well at night. نادرا ما ينعم المخيمون بالنوم خلال الليل. So is it true or false? Let's go back to the previous text and read. So here if we read at the bottom, campers usually sleep very well at night. So they sleep very well. So they always, usually it means often, most of the time, في معظم الأحيان. So it's the opposite. So usually is the opposite of hardly ever. It's the opposite of hardly ever. So it means that the statement that we were reading, statement number 3, is false, because campers usually sleep well at night. So this is how we correct this statement. The next one, number 4, many young people played chess in the past. Many young people played chess in the past. العديد من الشباب لعبوا الشطرنج في الماضي. Is it true or false? Let's go back to check. Here, in the past, not many young people played the game. So not. So the statement is wrong, is false. In the past, not many young people played chess. Number 5, TV shows helped make camping popular. I think this sentence is true, because if you go back to the text, you can find out that this sentence is very true. Okay, so this sentence is false, I think. I'm sure it's false. Why? Because it doesn't help camping, it helped chess, as here. In learning chess when they saw TV. So people got interested in learning chess, not camping. It's true for chess, not for camping. So if we go back, so it's false. TV shows helped making chess, not helped making camping. It helped making chess popular. Next, number 6, many schools now have chess clubs. It's true, that's right, so we don't have to correct. You can go camping on the internet. False. Why it's false? If we go back to the previous page, you can go camping on the net. No, you can't go camping on the net. People can play chess on computers. You can play chess on computers, not camping. So false. You can play chess on the internet, not camping. Okay, by this we come to the end of the reading exercise. We have a reading exercise, and this is a new thing that we did. We'll do it again, inshallah, in one of the coming lectures. Now let's do something else. Let's talk about vocabulary. How can you learn some new vocabulary, or how can you memorize vocabulary? You can link words together in word chains. What does it mean, chains? Chains, when you have a chains, سلاسل. So word chains, سلاسل الكلمات. So how is that? Let's see the words. We have playing chess, skiing, baking cakes, golf, reading English books, and writing poetry. Those words we learned today, or we learned, not today, we learned in this unit. Let's see the chains. We have a chain. I'm good at 1, 2, 3 things. I don't like 3 things. So you can't link those words together in order to memorize them من أجل تسهيل عملية الحفظ, so you can link them in this way. So what are you good at? I am good at playing chess, and I'm good at skiing and writing poetry. So you can now have a chess word chains. The next one, I don't like to bake cakes, or to golf, or to read English books. So as you can see, after at, as I said, we use ing form: playing, skiing, writing. So after the preposition بعد حرف الجر نستخدم صيغة ال ing. After to, we use the base form. نستخدم الجزء الأصلي من الفعل to bake, golf and read. Okay, you can have more chains by I'm good at, I enjoy, 3 things, I can't, I hate, I don't like, I'm interested in. So this one you can do it by yourself. This is for your sake. You can do it by yourself. Another thing that you can do, you can think of different things you are interested in. Can you link them together? Use the last letter of each word or expression to start the next word. How many words did you use? So you can put a thing that you like, then you start the second word with the last letter of the previous word. يعني أننا نقوم بكتابة شيء نهتم أو نحب القيام به، ثم نبدأ الكلمة التالية، الشيء الذي نحب القيام به أيضا يجب أن تكون بداية الحرف الأول من الكلمة الثانية هي الحرف الأخير من الكلمة الأولى. Let's see an example. So here I like sports, I like soccer, I like reading, I like grammar. There's a missing R here. Another example, I like chess, singing, games and surfing. So in this way you can learn more words. You can connect the things that you like, and you have a longer chain. So in this way you can learn words and you can memorize them. Okay, this is just a note for you, so just in order to memorize words. Okay, now let's have a revision مراجعة لما أخذناه في هذه الوحدة. Unit revision, vocabulary, the vocabulary that we learned. We learned some new words, and those words are hobby, هواية, novel, رواية, sculpture وهو منحوتة أو تمثال, design, تصميم أو يصمم, jog, يعدو, crime, جريمة, poetry, شعر, biography, سيرة ذاتية, mystery, الألغاز أو اللغز أو التشويق, science, العلم, knit, الحياكة, sweater وهي الكنزة الصوفية السميكة, sew, الخياطة, crochet هو نوع من الصوف نوع خاص يسمى الكروشيه, photography, التصوير. So those are the most important words that we learned in this unit. I'm sure there are more words that you can write down that you can add to your list. هناك كلمات أخرى يمكنكم إضافتها إلى هذه اللائحة, but those are the most important words. Okay, what we else talked about in this unit, we talked about can. How can we use can? Can is an auxiliary verb, it's a modal auxiliary verb. We can use can for 3 things: to talk about possibility or ability, I can speak English, I can do my homework by myself, to make requests, can I open the window, or to ask for or give permission. For example, you can do your homework by yourself. You can go out. You can go with your friends. So this is a giving a permission. Structure of can, as we said, subject, can, main verb. So after can we said we use a main verb. I can play, so main verb. no addition, we don't add anything. لا نقوم بإضافة أي شيء. في حالة السؤال نقوم بوضع كان وتبديلها مع ال subject, so we only switch the places. So this is a quick revision about can. We also talked about verb forms. We talked about the form of verbs after can or can't. We use the base form. After to, we use the base form also, to swim, to play, to work out, to watch, to play. So sometimes we say I love to swim, I like to play, I hope to work out, I prefer to watch TV, I'd like to play. So after love, like, hate, prefer, and I'd like, we use infinitive. We call it infinitive. Infinitive means to plus verb. To plus verb. We can also use an ing form after preposition. بعد حروف الجر نستخدم ال ing form. We also use ing form after love, the same thing. We can use two forms, infinitive or ing form. Like, the same thing. Hate also, and prefer. But with I'd like, we only use to play, and after I enjoy, we only use the ing form. So those are the forms that we talked about. The next thing we talked about, everybody and nobody. We said that if we have a plural form, all students are here today, we can use it in a singular way. Everybody is here today, everyone is here today. Or in the negative, there are no students here today, plural, then we change it into singular. Nobody is here today, no one is here today. Okay. Here we have more examples. Everybody likes English, everyone likes watching TV, nobody likes music, no one likes homework, which is right. Okay. The next thing that we talked about object pronouns, ضمائر المفعول به. Here we have the subject pronouns, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. But we have the object pronouns, which are me instead of I, you, the same, him instead of he, her instead of she, it the same, us instead of we, you the same, and them instead of they. Now let's do an exercise about object pronouns. Let's do a very nice exercise. Which object form of the personal pronoun can substitute the underlined phrase in the sentence? علينا استبدال الكلمات التي تحتها خط بأحد الضمائر. أحد ضمائر المفعول به. So the teacher always gives the students homework. So which one do you think? Here we have a plural. So the only one which could be right, me is not for plural, you for people that I'm talking to, for second person, للمخاطب. But students are not second person, they are third person. That's why we use them. So the teacher always gives them homework. I am reading the book to my little sister. So my little sister could be replaced by her. The third one, the boys are riding their bikes. So we need to replace their bikes with one of the pronouns. So their bikes, plural. The only one for plural is them again. My father is writing a letter to John. John is singular, he's third person, and he's a male, so we use him. I don't know the answer, so I don't know the answer. Can we use she? No. Can we use her? No. I don't know it. The next 5 sentences. Sally is going to Anne. Anne is a girl. She's third person and she's singular, so and Sally is going to her. Open the window, please. So open, so it's a thing, so that's why we use it. Okay, number 8. Can you tell the people the way to the airport, please? So we need to tell the people. People are plural and they are third person, so that's why we use them. Number 9. The books are for Peter. So we are talking about a man, so they are, or the books are for him. Can you help my sister and me, please? So my sister and me. هل يمكنك مساعدتي أنا وأختي? Or we can say هل يمكنك مساعدتنا? So we are talking about me and my sister, so can you help us? هل يمكنك مساعدتنا? Help us, please. Okay. Now, in this exercise, you don't have options. You don't have options. ليس عندكم خيارات. You have to choose or write the correct object pronoun yourselves. So, your son is making a lot of noise. Your son is making a lot of noise. So we have to change your son with an object pronoun. I'll ask my son, or I ask him to be quiet. سأسأله أو سأطلب منه أن يكون هادئا. Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? So we are talking about glasses. You are wearing, glasses are plural. So you are wearing them. You are wearing them. Look at Sarah. She seems so happy. إنها تبدو سعيدة جدا. Her father offered what? Offered Sarah, offered her قدم لها a car for her birthday. What are you going to do with those old papers? ماذا ستفعل بهذه الأوراق القديمة؟ I'm going to recycle. So to recycle the old papers. So here we have old papers. The papers are plural في حالة الجمع. So I'm going to recycle them. سأقوم بإعادة تدويرهم. How are your kids? كيف حال أولادك? I haven't met. لم أقابلهم. I haven't met them. Again we use them because we are talking about kids, and kids are plural and they are third person. غائبين. Have you met Alan and Tim? هل قابلت Alan وتم? So Alan and Tim, we have two objects here. That's why they are plural. That's why we say no, I have never met them. لم أقابلهم على الإطلاق. I have never. لم أقابلهم على الإطلاق. Okay, the next four. Do you want this book? Yes. Well, take. Here we mean take the book, or take this book. Take it. It's one book, only one book. My mother is fantastic. I like my mother very much, or I like. So she's a female, she's a singular, and she's third person. That's why we say I like her very much. Don't help me with this exercise. لا تساعدني في حل هذا التمرين. I can do this exercise by myself. I can do it by myself. I can do this exercise. It's only one exercise. Take the children to bed. خذ الأطفال إلى السرير. don't let the children, we are talking about the children, don't let the children watch TV. لا تدع الأطفال يشاهدون تلفاز أو لا تدعهم. So don't let them. Children is plural, is irregular plural form. هو جمع في حالة شاذة، حالة شاذة. Child children. So don't let them watch TV. Don't let them watch TV. So this is the end of exercise. I hope object pronouns are not difficult for you, because we have more difficult exercises about object pronouns. Okay, subject versus object. How to differentiate between subject and object. كيف نقوم بالتفريق بين الحالة الفاعل والمفعول به. So let's have some examples. In the first example, I called you, اتصلت بك. So who is the subject here? I. من قام بالفعل? Who did the verb? Who is the doer of the verb? من هو الفاعل؟ I. Who is the object? You. Because I called you. وقع الفعل عليك وأنا قمت بالفعل. Here it's the opposite. You called me. أنت اتصلت بي. So you are the subject and you called me and I'm the object. وقع الفعل علي. وقع فعل الاتصال علي. So that's why me is the object here. Okay, let's have more examples, more complicated examples. Ahmed and I are at school. أنا وأحمد في المدرسة. Ahmed and I. So here we have two subjects. Here we have two subjects, not only one. Two subjects, and that's why we use the plural verb of verb to be. The next example, John and he go to the gym. Again we have two subjects here. So John and he. هو وجون يذهبون إلى النادي الرياضي. So here again we have two subjects. In the next examples we have two objects. So I send emails to you and them. It's incorrect to say I send emails to you and they. This is a very common mistake. هذا من أحد الأخطاء الشائعة. Some of you might say I send emails to you and they. No, I send emails to you and them because وقع الفعل على you and them. So both are objects. That's why we use object pronouns for those two objects. Okay, how can he blame you and him for the accident? كيف يمكنه لومك ولومه عن الحادث. So how can he blame you? So you are the first object and him the second object for the accident. So again here we have two objects, so we use the object pronouns for them. Okay, another case, when we have a preposition. When we have preposition, after preposition always use object pronouns. Okay, so القاعدة تقول بعد حرف الجر نستخدم ضمير المفعول به. So إذا كنا نريد استخدام ضمير بعد فعل الجر سيكون هذا الضمير ضمير مفعول به. If we have a pronoun after the preposition or after any preposition, it should be an object pronoun. So I speak with him, not I speak with he. It's incorrect. I speak with him. He is taller than me. Another preposition here. I bought a book for him. I bought a book for him. اشتريت كتابا له, for him. Okay, I hope all the examples are clear for you. So here we have finished talking about the difference between subject and object. So we have different cases. Sometimes we have one subject and one object. Other times we have two subjects and In other cases we have two objects, and we said at the end, sometimes or all the time, usually most of the time when you have a preposition, try to use an object pronoun. So whenever you have a preposition and you need to use a pronoun, you have to use object pronoun, not subject pronoun. Okay, this is the end of explaining this, yes, this section. Now we will do an exercise. We will do an exercise about subject and object pronoun. We will do an exercise about subject and object pronoun. Okay, let's see the exercise. This exercise is online, so we can get the answers quickly. So, as you can see here, number 1, the girl tried to stop the dog from following her. Let's analyze this sentence. Let's try to understand this sentence. The girl tried to stop the dog. So who is doing this verb? Who is the subject of the sentence? Here the dog is following. So the dog is the subject and he is following the girl. So the object should be here. It comes after following. So the answer should be an object pronoun. So which one, her or it? So from following the girl, so it should be her. So, and it gives us a yes, which means our answer is correct. Okay, number 2. Tom and Space went to the party last night. So who went to the party? So who is the subject? Tom and, so here we need another subject. We need another subject. So which one is the subject pronoun? I'm sure that you know that the subject pronoun is I. So Tom and I. So here we have a yes, which means our answer is correct. Number 3. The boy picked a book and threw, we have a space here, to the floor. So who threw the book? من قام برمي الكتاب. So who threw the book? So the boy threw the book. So here we need an object. We need an object. So instead of book, what should we do? What should we use instead of book? We use it. We use it, which is the right answer. Number 4. You are my brother. Of course, I like. So I is a subject. We need an object. I like. I'm talking to your brother. So we need a second person. متكلم أو مخاطب هنا. Second person. So of course I like you. So yes, another correct answer. Very good. So we're doing well so far. نقوم بعمل جيد. Tom and Peter are good students. Tom and Peter are good students. Space. Study very hard. So who is doing the verb study? They. They study very hard. They study very hard. Okay. As Cindy likes history and geography, she does well in. So she is the object. She does. She is the doer. She does well in them. So this is the right answer. Them refers back. Them تعود على history and geography. You are talking about history and geography, those two subjects. If you like the Browns, what does it mean, the Browns? When we add the Browns, so we have S. هي اسم عائلة. براون هي اسم عائلة، ولكن عندما نضيف ذا ونضيف S تعني آل براون. So إذا كنت تحب أن يأتي آل براون, so if we have an Arabic family name. For example, if you like, let's have an example, Al-Zahrani. So if you like the Zahranis to come, please tell, you tell, we need an object pronoun, you tell them. Number 8, she showed the baby. لقد أرتنا الطفل. So who did the verb? She. So we need an object. She showed us the baby. And another yes. It means our answers so far are correct. Now, number 9, Tom and are in the same class. Tom and are in the same class. So who is the subject? Tom and. So we have two subjects here. So Tom and she. So Tom and she. We don't use her. Her is an object pronoun, not a subject pronoun. The last one, the boys said would stay behind. The boys said would stay behind. So which one do you think? So the boys said, here we have another subject. It's something that we call badal. So the boys said they. So the boys said they. قال الصبيان أنهم يودون البقاء في الخلف. So by this we come to the end of this exercise. I hope you understand the exercise. I hope you understood it. So this is the end of lecture 9 and the end of unit 2. This is the end of unit 2, and in this unit we had a review at the end. We talked about all the things that were included in this unit. I hope I'll see you next time in the live session. So I hope everybody will attend the live session, which is going to be on Wednesday, this Wednesday, from 4 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. So I hope everybody will attend the live session, our first live session. So I'll see you there. Enjoy your time, practice English, and take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.